Who's your comparison for yourself?
Yeah, I think UC Saros for sure. As of right now,
Nice. Hmm.
I think just the way he's always kind of battling for pucks and always competing. But someone I also watch is Jake Ottinger.
Hmm.
Um, just the way his kind of movement around the crease and his calmness and kind of his ability to keep his team in games and kind of steal games for his team is the big thing.
Your dad asked me to ask you these two questions. So, one, do you know when he had his growth spurt? And do you know like when he stopped growing?
I think he was late as well, probably
Yeah.
like this next summer, I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
for him. Um, Stop growing. I don't know. I think still probably late 20, 19.
20? Wow. Wow. You are still growing then? Is that
Mhm.
what he was getting to? Yeah.
Yeah,
And how tall is he?
6'5".
Oh my gosh, holy
Yeah.
moly. Those were just the fun questions that he wanted me to ask me or ask you. So, and then another one, like, what is your favorite karaoke song to sing? And is there like a pregame song that you need to jam out to before games?
Karaoke song?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a little like Katy Perry or like maybe some country or something.
Yeah.
Pre-game song. During playoffs, actually, we just started listening to "Cut It." It's a little rap song there. All the boys kind of jam out to that before the game.
That's a good one,
Yeah,
honestly. And when I was interviewing Matthew Schaefer, he brought you up and said that you were the best player he's ever played against. Um, and you guys played him against in the teddy bear game, the teddy bear
yeah,
toss game.
yeah,
Can you tell me a little bit about that game and what you saw in his game, or just that experience playing there?
yeah. I mean, firstly, I mean, Shaves, he's one of my best friends.
Hmm.
I mean, talking with him, kind of going through the draft process with him, it's pretty cool to have a close buddy kind of in the same kind of boat as you. And then kind of in that game, I mean, anytime you play a player like him, you got to be aware when he's on the ice. I mean, luckily for us, we kind of made sure we kind of circled his number and knew when he was on the ice and stuff. But it was a big game for us. I think it was just a good team kind of game and kind of came out on top.
I believe he said you had a shutout.
I
So
I did. I had a
yeah.
shutout there. It was a little kind of hard night to have a shutout with the teddy bears and stuff.
Mm.
They have to throw them at like 5 minutes left in the game or something.
Yeah, that is actually pretty tough because everybody had him out there. So I'll ask you the same question. Who's the best player that you've ever played against?
Yeah, I think it's gotta be Shafe.
Hmm.
Same answer from me. Like I said, you gotta be aware when he's on the ice. Just jumping up in the rush or kind of making a play, you don't know what's gonna happen. But just knowing him so well, playing with him, you know what he can do.
Yeah.
And you just know what if he makes a big play, you're like, "Oh, I I knew he was gonna do something like that."
Yeah. It was just coming.
Yeah.
So during your off season, he said that you and a bunch of guys skate on. Does your dad own a facility or something? Was he? He said something that you guys like skate and train together with a bunch of other
Yeah,
guys. Hmm.
we uh we just do like private skates with a bunch of kind of OHL guys kind of from around our area, and we just have fun skating in the summer. Good kind of skill skate, and
Hmm.
then sometimes we'll go out to eat after, grab a bite, and then just kind of hang out the rest of the day.
Quentin Musty shoots on you,
Yeah,
and like that. So who's your most famous contact in your phone?
I think it'd probably be Marty Turco.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah.
pretty famous there. He's a good goalie, so probably I'd say probably him.
Would you rather be a GM or a coach for like say the Leafs or any other team?
I think a coach. I'd
Hmm.
rather be like more like hands on, like with the players, and kind of just be around that environment.
Yeah, just down there. What
Yeah.
goalie coach you think, or like
Oh
head
no,
coach?
I think I'd be a head coach.
Nice, nice. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And what is one of the weirdest pre-games you've ever heard of?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of on the more normal side, I would say. I mean, I
Hmm.
just kind of like to hang out and be kind of just a normal player. But
Ooh.
actually, one of the guys I played with Hockey Canada, Quinn Beauchene, he had a weird one with it's called like moon water or something. Like he'd keep it out and like let the moon shine on it, and I don't know. He said his billet mom kind of told him to do it, and he scored or something the next game. So that's definitely the weirdest thing kind of I've heard.
You're the second person. My dogs are playing on my bed, so you're the second person that's actually brought him up in the moon water. What's your proudest moment been between the pipes so far?
Yeah, I mean, definitely got to be. I think the U17s for me was pretty cool, but I think just kind of Christmas, the World Juniors was definitely probably the coolest thing for me. Just being a younger guy and kind of putting on the Canada jersey in the tournament that I grew up kind of watching and kind of wanting to be in the tournament. So that's definitely the one for me.
How would you describe your goalie style? More technique, or sorry, more technical, calm, athletic, reaction based?
Yeah, I think I'm just pretty much. I would say I'm a calm kind of athletic goalie. I mean, I kind of like to use my skating to my advantage and kind of beat passes on my feet. I think if I can see it, I can stop it. But just making sure you're kind of square to the puck and kind of always staying calm. I mean, I think that's definitely one of the most important things to have in kind of anyone's game.
And are you competitive in anything other than hockey? Is there other sports that you play?
I mean, I used to play baseball
Hmm.
growing up. I mean, so that's pretty fun.
Were
But
you catcher?
now, I mean, no, I was a
No.
shortstop actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
that was fun, and then just kind of golf. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm competitive, but I mean, I go out. I have a couple of buddies that are pretty good at golf, so just going out with them and trying to beat them.
If you could build your perfect goalie using skills like reflexes, positioning, puck handling, and mental toughness from different NHL goalies, whose traits would you pick?
Yeah, puck handling. I think it would be Shesterkin. He's pretty sick with the puck. He makes couple good passes. Um, I mean, in skill set, I'd probably take Vasilevsky. I mean, you can't say too much about him, but he's unreal. I mean, calmness, I think it would be Hellebuck.
Hmm.
I
It's
mean,
really good.
you watch him,
Yeah.
he's always calm. What are the other ones?
Um, Reflexes, positioning, puck handling, and mental toughness.
Reflexes, I would think Jonathan Quick.
Okay, nice, nice.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
he's fun to watch. And then mental toughness. There's definitely a bunch that I like, but I would say Saros. I mean, he's kind
Hmm.
of his Nashville's not the greatest right now, but I mean, you watch him play and he's still battling for every puck.
Yeah. Yeah, those are some great goalies right there.
Mhm.
Hellebuck is having a heck of a season, so that was really
Oh
good
yeah,
too. He's leading in everything. So,
yeah,
um,
he's legit.
if you could change or if you could pick another position to play other than goalie, what would it be?
I think like left wing. I think I'd be
Mm.
a goal scorer. Try to score some goals.
What would you take on the offensive side from being a goalie? Is there like something that you see?
Yeah, I mean, I think just being a goalie, it helps just seeing the ice.
Mhm.
So I think I'd be hoping I'd be a kind of smart player if I were to play. And again, just kind of knowing where to shoot and kind of just stuff like that.
Were you always a goalie, or when you
Uh,
started playing hockey?
I
When was
was. I mean, I started when I was 6. I played player for a little bit.
Mhm.
And then my dad went away for a work trip. And then the coach was like, "Hey, you want to play goalie?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then I just ever since then I just stuck with it.
Would he have said no? You think? Be
Yeah, I
like,
think
yeah,
him and my mom both definitely didn't want me to be goalies when they were younger, just
yeah.
because my dad's been through it all. And my mom and dad were together since high school, so she knows how stressful it is. So she always says to have another goalie in the family is kind of hard for her, but I love it, and they love that I'm a goalie now.
It was in the blood. That's awesome. What's your favorite kind of save?
Yeah, I think a breakaway is definitely pretty cool.
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's just one on one and kind of you read the play, and you just make a nice, easy save.
Who's the most skilled player that you had to go one on one in a breakaway against, where it was like that guy has incredible hands? Yeah, he's incredible. 5 points
Yeah,
in or 26 points in like 5 games or something like that. Absurd,
crazy.
absurd stuff. How do you think your game will translate to the NHL? Stay mentally engaged during.
Yeah.
Is there something that your teammates know about you that fans might not know? What's the best game you've ever played? Hate losing more than you love winning? What's the biggest challenge you've had to face? Define success as a goalie in the NHL or for yourself? Who's the best player in your eyes under 23 in the NHL right now? Let's zoom out and say you win the Stanley Cup. What's your day with the cup look like? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now in your hockey journey? When it's all said and done, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? Vocal on the ice? Do you play Fortnite, and where do you land in Fortnite? Probably the first guy that does not
Yeah,
play. Yeah, that's impressive. Do you have a favorite movie? A hockey movie or guilty pleasure movie? If you had an actor play you in a movie, who would it be?
I
That
mean,
was a good one. Is there something on your bucket list that you haven't done but want to do? What's one moment in your career that you've rewatched the most or that you wish you could relive? Can you describe your game in 3 words? Thank you so much for joining Draft Pros today.